The following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys?
Yeah! Go Cowboys! This is the Players Lounge, broadcasting live from Dallas Cowboys World Headquarters at the Star. Now, your hosts, Barry Church, Danny McCray, Heckma Harrison, and Newey Scruggs.
Players Lounge Friday, let's ride.
Yeah. Yeah, baby.
Going into another Dallas Cowboys football weekend as the Governor's Cup is up. Fighting for it. Scratch and claw for that cup.
It's a prime time.
That 1 inch to get that cup. As the Cowboys take on the Houston Texans.
There we go. Who?
Houston Texans.
All right. Because we ain't talking about them all week. Like hey, man, you know what I'm saying? We sleep on the Texans. I just hope the team ain't sleep on the Texans.
Oh, dang. Because Texans number one.
I'm passed out on them right now.
Because let me tell you something else I know. I know some people would sleep on the Rams yesterday because Baker Mayfield was coming in there with no practice, no nothing. And we all said, you know what? That spread ain't enough. Man, I checked that score last night.
Boy, it took him on a 98-yard drive to close things out.
Longest drive in the last 2 minutes of a game in, I think, NFL history.
Baker Mayfield.
98 yards in 2 minutes.
Couldn't name one of his receivers.
For a go-ahead touchdown.
I couldn't name one of his receivers.
Allen Robinson?
He was out there?
That's what
I heard some guy named Skoranek was out there.
Van Jefferson?
Yeah, he got the tub. He caught the tub.
The man believes in himself.
Skirk something.
Skoranek.
White guy.
Yeah, big tall white dude. He was balling though. That boy was he was balling.
He like 8 catches or something like that.
I'm just saying, so that's why you can't go to sleep on squads, bro. I'm just telling you. You cannot sleep on anybody. That's why they play the game.
I agree with you there. By the way, Players Lounge brought to you by Tostitos, Barry Church, Danny McCray, Scruggs. I will follow up what you said with this. And that HBO special, Belichick and Saban, when they talk about Belichick says, you cannot overcome bad coaching. And his disciple is a bad coach named Josh McDaniels. Yeah, he's a bad coach. This man has lost to Jeff Saturday 3 days after he got the job. You lost to Baker Mayfield, who maybe knew the playbook. They say 48 hours. When did he get it? He probably got it last 36, 37 hours. Yeah. That's bad coaching, man.
Let me tell you something. You got Devontae Adams. And you got Carr.
Josh Jacobs.
I don't care about no bad coaching. You should be able to overcome something and score more than 16 points.
Yeah, that's ugly, man.
Devontae had 3 catches for like 73 yards. One of them was in the first quarter for like 30-something.
That bomb, yeah.
Like you gotta find a way to score 20. You gotta find a way as players. Coaching is bad. I agree with you on that.
You got a 20-point lead against Arizona and lost this year.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying, coaching is bad. I agree. But you got Baker Mayfield coming in here.
48 hours.
48 hours. Got dropped off from Cleveland. Got dropped off from Carolina. Now got dropped off over here in L.A. And he come out here and go on a 98-yard go-ahead touchdown drive with 2 minutes left in the game.
I actually enjoy watching this for this simple reason. Mark Davis had a guy in the building.
Rich.
Who took a messy situation last year from John Gruden, took the team to the playoffs. Put your boys out the playoffs.
He did. He took them out.
Almost won the playoff game. Then you decide, no, I got to give this boatload of money
to
Josh McDaniels. And then let him bring in his other guy from New England to be the GM. So you're going to bring in this whole brain trust. You didn't pay the last brain trust of John Gruden and Mike Mayock. That didn't get you nothing. But no. I'm going to go back to the well. I'm going to go do it again. At least the last guy had a Super Bowl. We can sit around here and say how he got it, but he at least had the credentials. Yeah. You're bringing this guy. Everything he's gotten is based off what somebody else did.
All hype.
All Belichick work. Mm-hmm. How many times have we got to keep seeing? Unless you bring Belichick off the staff, you may not want to bring the dude from that staff. But hey. You didn't want Rich Bisaccia. Now you got yourself a pure mess.
I know Church on my side. Because it sounds like he dissolving all the onus off of the players. And
no. You gotta come with something. Like, no, man.
There's got to be some personal problem. I mean, look. I just believe overall. I've not been sold on Josh McDaniels. I've just not been sold on Josh McDaniels, and I don't know why there's this Oh, it's Josh McDaniels. Oh, like, nah, he's not that guy.
So who you? So right now sounds like you taking, because we had this discussion yesterday. You taking Dan Campbell over Josh McDaniels.
At least his players fight.
I know. We talking about so these because yesterday you said these guys were fighting for a chance to go to the playoffs yesterday. The Raiders, who you said had a better chance of getting there than the Lions, and this is what they came in and showed with their playoff life on the line.
And that's coaching too.
And that's your coach. But on the opposite side, you got the Lions, who will see play and see what happens. But I can almost guarantee you one thing: they gonna fight.
They gonna scratch.
It ain't gonna look like what the Raiders looked like last night.
Agreed. So, I'll agree with you.
So I feel like the Lions got a better shot at getting that playoff.
Oh, it's all right. Players are going to start folding for the Raiders, left and right.
Oh yeah.
When you put it in that stance, right, Barry? Danny, right? Barry ain't nothing. Me and we can't argue with you on that. So that's not you're good. Yes, Dan Campbell and what he's doing. Yeah. But I'm just looking at the season-long thing of this is Josh McDaniels. You got a team that went to the playoffs. So it's not like you got poo-poo, okay? You get a team like Dan Campbell had a team last year and didn't make the playoffs. You're still working with the group. You're still trying to get them here. This thing was here. Now, if anything, Fredo Davis was supposed to bring in this guy. All right, he gonna put his little New England juju stamp on here, and we gonna be next level. No, it's not.
Don't work that way.
It's like when Matt Patricia took over Jim Caldwell. Oh, 9-7. We need 9-7 to be good. Here's Matt Patricia. Okay. Well, brother, you can't You can't find 8 wins. You can't find 7 wins.
That's terrible.
And so you keep hiring these guys, and you keep going. They keep trying to sell you. Oh, about to do. No, they're not Belichick. Unless you got the dude who has the hood on, don't take nobody from there. Don't do it. Do not. How much do we have to keep seeing? That's what I want to understand. I thought Joe Judge would have sealed it for everybody.
It's the same with McVay's little tree too, right? If you gain close to McVay, you had a couple conversations with McVay, you get jobs, right?
Okay, yes, but we can say this. Okay, as much as I am not a fan of the Cincinnati coach, the dude did get to Super Bowl.
He did.
I did not.
Joe Burrow overcame bad coaching.
True.
Cool.
Anyway, go where you going with this.
I was not sold on Kevin O'Connell, but I did pick Minnesota to win the division this year, and they're about to win the division and go to the playoffs. I mean, I've at least seen something. But we've seen failure after failure in New England. I mean, failing. Badly.
Look at the offense now run by Patricia in New England. Oh, them boys can't scratch 15 points.
You see Mac Jones over there. I mean, they got somebody's got to tell him, man. They can read lips, right?
Oh yeah,
they got professional lip readers that are going everything.
He
man.
said this.
Yes, it needed to be heard from Mac Jones though.
Yeah,
I mean, he's trying to ruin Mac Jones' little career, but so Matt Patricia was terrible. Eric Mangini had 2 shots, not good at any one of them. Romeo Crennel had multiple shots, not good at any of them. Charlie White stole money from how many universities out here in America, man?
Bill O'Brien's still out here doing it.
Bill O'Brien, look, Alabama bad now. Why Alabama bad?
Bill O'Brien.
Bill O'Brien is in the house. Like, Nick, what you waiting on, Nick? Stop this. Pull the plug on this guy.
Joe Judge. I mean, it just keeps going.
Right.
The list goes on and on. Man.
Right. What you keep signing these dudes up for?
That's bad news. Bad ball.
I mean, and with Dayball, I'm like torn. Like, do I credit Saban?
You don't want to get.
Do I credit Belichick? Where do I go?
You gotta give him a little bit. Nope. They both done a good job over there.
Mike Vrabel, where do you go? Do you credit Urban Meyer? You credit Bill Cowher? How much? I mean, because it's clear he had to get some lessons, some other play, because they was went straight off the Belichick tree.
So Belichick ain't get no credit.
I mean, Belichick got Saban.
For the 2.
He got Saban.
He got Saban. But now you talking about giving credit to Saban or Belichick, and Belichick got Saban.
And like I said, I'm trying to figure it out. Well, where do I okay? If it's like your boy Joe Burrow when Ohio State was trying to claim it. Oh, you're the Buckeyes, but he's like, nah,
I'm Louisiana.
I'm LSU. You get some success. Everybody like, that's our guy. So for Dayball, what tree where do I say he's from? Mike Vrabel, where do I say he's from?
Yeah.
These are questions you have to answer. And I say all of this to bring it back from a Cowboy standpoint. Of when Chris Canty was talking about if Mike McCarthy's one and done, he's going to get fired. And I said, it's all about context, Chris. And Chris was like, no. There's more bad coaches in this league than you can shake a stick at. So if you want to fire Mike McCarthy, please tell me where you're going to go next and how you're going to go get it done, because you can get bad real fast. You can make the wrong turn and be in the Detroit Lions are still digging out from that bad move that they allowed Bob Quinn to make in firing Caldwell.
So would you be opposed to this, though?
Now I was going to say, I was one of those, hey, man, go get Sean Payton.
Yeah, because I was definitely about to address that.
And I've backed off that because Sean Payton requires draft picks that you got to give up to the Saints.
And control.
And you're going to have to give significant dollars. And I said, while you were gone, I beat the drum more and more. I've told people when I've done these radio shows, Dan Quinn would be the coach before Sean Payton, based on how they operate. But with everything that Mike McCarthy keeps doing, they can win their 10th game this year. Mm-hmm. First time that they won 10 games since Barry Switzer back in the 90s.
Back-to-back seasons, right?
Back-to-back seasons. This is not something they know how to do around here. And this man is about to do that. I would be very hesitant to just say, off your head.
So if they're one and done, let's just say they're one and done, they lose in a wild card, close game, and you have an opportunity to go ahead and let Mike McCarthy walk and then supplant him with Dan Quinn. Would you be okay with that? I know you say context matters, but one and done is one and done.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I done changed up. I don't know. You said close game. Who we playing?
I mean, once again, like they just talked about with TCU. Hey, if they lose a close game, they'll probably still get a play. They lost in overtime to Kansas State. So if he goes to overtime in Tampa Bay and they lose to the Bucs in OT, do you bring him back under that context?
I'm saying, like do Romo drop the snap? You know what I'm saying? Like, how do they go out?
They lost by a touchdown. Let's say they were playing good.
Tom goes down
the field the last minute and 30 seconds, score a touchdown. The Cowboys losing the wild card
at home.
At home. No, it wouldn't be at home. It would be at Tampa.
Okay.
Do you think he would still his seat wouldn't be hot at all after that?
I think it'd be hot, but I don't think he'd be. You think
he would still be able to?
Yeah, I think he'll have another shot at it. Like you said, back-to-back 10-win seasons. Like being able to weather the storm with what happened with Dak earlier this season.
Injuries.
You got Tyron Smith out again.
Ezekiel Elliott's missed game.
Ezekiel Elliott. Now you got
Dalton
Anthony
Schultz
Brown out.
game.
Dalton Schultz. Being able to weather the storm and being resilient in that, and from that aspect,
you had to actually play Boss Man fat.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Right.
Now listen, Now, we still got some games left. Mm-hmm. You go out here and you stumble into the playoffs and then lose, I think you might have an issue.
It's a wrap.
But yeah, if you continue these strong performances, leaning on the run game, playing defense, showing that your team is fighting for you, and then you go into the playoffs and you lose a heartbreaker, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
You can stick around.
You go out there and lose like you lost to San Francisco, I don't know. You go out there and get outmanned and punished like that.
Because that game was close. It looked like they got beat down the whole game.
The penalties and stuff like that. So look, that's why I told when I said to Kennedy, it's about the context. But watching Josh McDaniels last night, and then you look at Carolina where they gave Matt Rule all his juice, and how he messed that thing up, and then they had success when he left. It's hard to find good coaches, and so before you just jump off the bridge with somebody, you may have to ask the question, okay, what do we do? I mean, Andy Reid had a bunch of playoff losses and NFC Championship game losses at home in Philadelphia. And
that's also he got to the NFC Championship.
And I'm saying, and eventually, they got to a Super Bowl. Then they tired of Andy Reid. But even back then, there were some people. Well, we don't know. I guess I'm more and more inclined to say, let me look at the whole thing before I just hit lost the playoffs first round, you're out.
Okay.
That's a lot of reaction, because if Mike goes and you bring in Dan, is Dan going to be able to choose his own staff? Can he tell Gallimore to go if he wants to tell him to come? I mean, what are you going to do? Okay. What does it look like? The player development under Mike McCarthy, in my opinion, especially the last 2 years, I think it's pretty significant.
Oh, I would agree what he's been able to do.
No, he's been a part of this. He's the guy that brought in Dan Quinn. I believe and you guys played in the room, so you speak to this more. It seems as though there's a good culture about the team that's been developed under this head coach.
Yeah, and listen, I like Mike McCarthy, so I don't want to take anything away from him because he's the head guy, and it starts with him. But like we saw last year, the guy who was the true catalyst for this was Dan Quinn, right? There's a guy like a Rich Bisaccia who's on your team, on your coaching staff, who players then come to, relate to, they listen to, they follow, right? Whoever was on the coaching staff when Rich Bisaccia was here, Rich Bisaccia was still the guy that everybody looked at the guy and was like, I respect this guy. If Rich says it, then we need to do it because they know that he was doing it for the betterment of the team and for them. And I think Dan Quinn is that guy. Mike McCarthy did bring him in, but I think when you walk around that locker room, the guys who are shaking hands, giving the dab, and doing all that, it's going to be Dan Quinn with the hat backwards. Now, Mike McCarthy brought him in, so yeah. It's him, but the personality of the team, I think, is more following a Dan Quinn personality than it is a Mike McCarthy personality.
Especially on the defensive side of the football. I feel like, all those guys, even the veteran leadership, it, starts at Dan Quinn, goes down to DeMarcus Lawrence, Micah Parsons, all those guys, and they relay the message, to everybody else out there. To me, it's just, man, it's tough. It's tough when you talk about McCarthy because he's done such a great job of changing the culture around here. What do we talk about, when JG was the guy, even though that's my guy, it was always, hey, they're not ready to play. They're starting slow out there. They seem not to be able to get up for each opponent, only the special games. And with McCarthy, you see there's rarely a moment in any game this season where the Cowboys started out sluggish. There's rarely a moment. Prime time, 12 o'clock, it doesn't matter. They get up for each and every game, and we saw that. So we saw evidence of what Mike McCarthy's able to bring to this team. It's just, we all know what's going to happen. Like, if he goes out in the playoffs, the uproar that's going to happen around here. And I understand that's just part of being with the star, but it's a tough scenario. It's a tough situation.
I want to speak to something you said about the defense, because this is a defensive football team. And while you were on assignment, McCarthy spoke about how, hey, I let it be known, this is a defensive football team. We're going to be about this defense, and we need to be running the ball, playing. We need to protect the defense, and I think he could have been super sensitive about it. There are times where I remember Buddy Ryan's teams and some of Steve Spurrier's teams. When he was in Washington, it was just kind of like, hey, it's about this particular side of the ball, and this particular side has the advantages, and the coach caters to them. It feels as though this is a team, and that people on the team recognize, yeah, man, defense is the ballers here. They're doing their thing, and that I feel like there's equal respect, but we also know who the king of the jungle is here. I think. To me, I think that those are the things. If you make changes, can you keep some of that? Can you keep that going?
Right.
What's seemingly a very good room, and I don't feel like that I see a bunch of jealousies. I feel like people. Like the way Zeke is going about his job with Tony Pollard, and Mike McCarthy talked about it today. I think they've done a really good job of, okay, yeah, we're putting Tony Pollard in better positions here, but we're still praising Zeke. We're still appreciating his contributions. I think there's an art of skill of getting people to all buy in, do their things, and then still keep rolling the boat forward. So I just think I'm more impressed each week, Danny, by the job he's done. And I have not always been that way after year one. And so watching Josh McDaniels last night, watching your boy the Chargers mess up each week.
Make you appreciate Big Mike, huh?
It's hard to go find good people who can do this.
It's a tough job.
It is not easy. And then when you see the foolishness that the Giants were dealing with Joe Judge, and you just see in 1 year what Brian Daboll does with just some legitimate coaching, or that mess back in Jacksonville with Urban Meyer, and you see Doug Peterson, when you get some legitimate people in here who have a clue, it does matter. And then right decisions being made. I still want to know one day how Ron Rivera thought that giving up 2 draft picks and $28 million of Carson Wentz made any kind of sense, and you had the dude in the building who everybody seemingly liked to bring in a guy that don't nobody like. I don't get it. But Mike McCarthy, for 2 years now, has been doing the right things, and we're about to see this organization do something we haven't seen since. Where were you at in '96?
I was 8.
Yeah, 8. Same here.
Okay. So
crying over Tupac.
Yeah.
Right.
Saturday morning cartoons. Football. What is that?
So let that sink in here as we go to break. The Cowboys are about to win their 10th game because they're favored by 17 over the Houston Texans.
You sleep on the Texans. See, I'll do it. See how you speaking about it?
I'm speaking it into existence.
I'm with you.
But they 10th win, okay? A 10th win, something that has not happened since you are 8 years old, sir. 8 years old.
That 10th win. Huh?
Yeah, shout out to Big Mike, man. Like I said, I got all respect for Big Mike. I'm just saying, well, I'm a defensive guy, so I see it a little differently than other guys. The same way you may have, like, I understand what was going on in the locker room when we were there, right? I understand when Rob Ryan was there, like, who I was listening to. I understand when Joe D was there, who I was listening to. Rich, I know who the other guys in the locker room had much respect for, and if they told you to go do something, then you was gonna go do it. For us, the offensive guys, it just wasn't the same. But yeah, shout out to you, Big Mike. You're doing a hell of a job.
When we come back, let's end this. Okay, the circus needs to end. Can somebody please say it's over? Because I know I'm personally.
I'm just saying it from the beginning.
I'm done. I'm
just saying it from the beginning.
I'm done. Danny McCray, Barry Church, Newey Scruggs. This is Players Lounge brought to you by Tostitos on DallasCowboys.com radio.
With Smoothie King's original Angel Food and new Angel Food Slim without added sugar, you no longer have to choose between treating yourself and hitting your goals this summer. You don't have to choose between great taste and feeling great. Because at Smoothie King, every blend is made with whole fruits and no syrups, so you can satisfy your cravings without compromise. The only choice you will need to make is which one is best for you. Try our classic Angel Food or the new Angel Food Slim, blended without added sugar. Smoothie King. Rule the day.
Attention Cowboys fans looking for the best shave of your life. There's a new official razor of the Dallas Cowboys, Shave Logic. Imagine not having to buy blades as often and getting more smooth shaves than your old razor, guaranteed or your money back. After more than 10 years of research and over 150 company patents, ShaveLogic is proud to offer Cowboys fans a special offer. For a limited time, visit ShaveLogic.com and get a free $10 gift card with your purchase. Go to ShaveLogic.com now for more smooth shaves guaranteed.
Nobody protects you from mayhem like Allstate. You hear that? I'm a torrential downpour. Torrential? What's that even mean? It means you can't see out of your windshield. And if you have the wrong car insurance, you might have to make it rain to fix your bumper. So switch to Allstate, save money, and be better protected from mayhem, like me.
Based on coverage and limits selected. Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. In most states, prices vary based on how you buy. Allstate Bar and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
I'm Dak Prescott, quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys.
And they snap it to Prescott, who looks right. It's not there. He escapes left. He'll run for a first down.
Just like football, when it comes to crypto, it's important to have a team you can trust. With blockchain.com, I know I'm in good hands. Since 2011, they've been trusted by millions around the world to buy, sell, and trade cryptocurrency.
Prescott's going to run this himself. Run it up the middle, and he scores.
Whether you're new to crypto or an active trader, they've got you covered. What are you waiting for? Get started at blockchain.com.
Back to the Players Lounge.
Dak Prescott is this year's Cowboys nominee for the Walter Payton NFL Man of the Year Award presented by Nationwide. It recognizes NFL players for outstanding community service off the field and excellence on it. Help Dak Prescott earn a $25,000 donation to his Faith Fight Finish Foundation by voting on Twitter. Tweet or retweet hashtag WPMOY Challenge followed by Dak Prescott through January 8th. Vote Dak. Newey Scruggs. Joined by former Cowboys safeties Barry Church and Danny McCray. This is the Players Lounge brought to you by Tostitos.
You know what else you got to vote? Hold on, I'm sorry. Make sure you say vote D-Law too. Retweet, vote my man D-Law and vote Dak. Okay, vote them both.
It's not on the script.
Who was the last one to win? Was that Witten that won the last one to win the Walter Payton?
Yes.
Hey, just vote, Cowboy Nation. We got the biggest fan base in the country. Go ahead and vote.
Vote for somebody.
Yes. Cooper Rush, Double G.
Anybody. Hey, I'm voting for your Double G.
As a matter of fact, one time, I was driving here on the radio this morning. I hear Dallas Cowboys superstars at WWS. I think it's a new shoe store or something. Cooper Rush and DeMarcus Lawrence.
They had the audacity. They had the audacity.
I swear, I said, oh, Cooper Rush superstar. Dallas Cowboys superstar, man.
Superstar.
But he was for a few weeks.
For a few weeks. He was on top of the world for a few weeks. We saw him going up there with Aaron Andrews doing the interviews. Man, I'm like, oh, man, this dude is that guy.
Living the life like, what was that, Minshew that time.
Minshew magic.
Yeah, man.
Then he went to Philly.
Hey, they found him out.
They was like, what?
Yeah, but I'm whipping, man. They say Dallas Cowboys superstar. I was like, who they finna say? They said Cooper Rush. I said, man, shout out to you, man. That's how you parlay there.
Exactly how you do it, man.
Everybody deserves that Linsanity 15 minutes.
Yeah.
He had it, too.
Everybody deserves the Linsanity 15 minutes, man. Odell Beckham Jr., man. He was on a show, The Shop. It said, quote, I haven't made the decision. I'd like to be in a stable environment. Get up at 6 a.m., leave at 6 p.m. for 4 weeks, and then let's talk about it. I'm not saying I couldn't step in and play in the regular season, but I don't see the point. I really don't.
What does he mean by let's talk about it? Like, he want to be here, 4 weeks and then sign a contract? Like, how does he, what I mean? What does he mean by let's talk about it?
This is just my assumption. I'm doing it from my perspective. You know what I'm saying? Because this is an LSU guy. I believe they were just having a conversation, and what he was saying was, let's talk about playing in the playoffs, not the regular season. All right, so let's go into it. We know I ain't ready to play in the regular season. Why do I need to? You know that I don't want to risk it. All right, my knee need to get better. Give me another month. Get in there, do some rehab. When we get to the playoffs, now let's talk about me playing.
So if that's the case, is he just gonna, play on that 1 year, play on that, vet minimum?
Yeah.
If that's the case,
I've been saying this the whole time. The man played on the 1 year last year, and he wasn't coming off an injury. He's gonna play on the 1 year this year as well, especially knowing he ain't playing in the regular season.
But you heard what he said. I want to put my roots down. I want to buy a house and bring my family. We can chill. He wants the long term.
He can buy a house without having
The man said he wants it. He wants a multi-year deal.
But he know that he got to go earn that. So you go out there and you show off in the playoffs. Yeah, you probably gonna earn you a multi-year deal somewhere.
He was it ain't gonna be here, though.
He was on the way to getting a multi-year deal after he finished that Super Bowl game before he got hurt.
Yeah, that's why he got hurt. He got hurt.
Yeah, no, he did. He did. So I think he understand that. But listen, we already said that the man wasn't going to play during the regular season.
Nah, he ain't.
I'm saying, so why him saying that it's such a big deal? We knew that.
I'm just saying it's done. I think it's done. His chances here in the D, I think, are done. I think they cooked, man.
That's highly likely.
Yeah, I think it's cooked, man.
He also said, quote, I'm not saying I couldn't step in and play in the regular season, but I don't see the point. He also said he feels like he and Saquon Barkley did not, quote, do what we were supposed to do, end quote, while they were teammates together. And he also says that, he'd rather play when the pressure is on in the playoffs. So that's what.
What show was this?
The Shot.
Is a LeBron
Bro, and then also, this is what context matters. You know them dudes get on there and they talk like they in the barbershop, like they in the locker room.
Chilling.
For real. Yeah, they just chilling. So it ain't like he in front of the press conference in front of Dallas or nothing. That environment is, I'm talking to my homeboys. Now, we know it's televised and stuff, but that's the environment. I'm talking to my homeboys. Like, if you going to drink champs or something, you just out there, you just chopping it up. You just chopping it, being real. But we keeping it real goes wrong.
But so he wants to come in the playoffs and thinks he can he can be that guy. He can be the key, the missing link to somebody's playoff chances.
I think he can.
Thanks. Good luck to you, buddy.
Good
luck. Good luck with the Giants.
Let me tell you something.
You go finish that thing when
That's
you
what I'm saying. Are you even going to make the playoffs if you go with the Giants?
What you don't want to see is a healthy Odell running at you in the playoffs with boss man Fat sitting out here trying to cover whoever. I'm just saying.
And that man gonna be running like who knows what he's gonna be running like. You know what I mean? Like I said, I could see if this was 2015, 16 Odell. I'd be like, get this man on board ASAP.
And then there was one, and once again, it's a little report that said that the reason the Rams didn't sign him is they thought that his knee could explode. They just thought that he wasn't healthy. So,
sounds like there's a lot of concerns over this knee. It seems like it's.
And I'm leading all this to say one thing.
What?
Looks like James Washington.
Oh, here we go. Old James Washington.
Don't throw your hands up in there, okay? Because that means James Washington, you have more trust in James Washington in the playoffs than you do in Odell Beckham coming off this injury.
I didn't say that.
I'm talking about
James Washington should be our fourth.
Oh, yeah? Okay.
He should be our fourth. You know what I mean? He shouldn't leapfrog Noah Brown. We know he ain't leapfrogging Gallup or CD. He could be a fourth. 2 catches.
Yeah, Odell was coming in to be a fourth. Or third.
Now, I'll say this.
He could be a third. Odell could be a third.
Okay. What we talking about?
Odell could be a third.
Nobody's spoken to James Washington about Odell,
Noah Brown either. They just dismissing my guys out here. Noah Brown had a solid season.
Yeah, I like Noah. James, he got some work to do. He got to learn how to catch the football first. You shouldn't be asking James Washington nothing when you go in there. Hey, are you healthy? That's it. You healthy? Are you ready to go? The end. I need to see the man get out here, catch the ball, and do what they thought he was going to do when he first got here. Now, I know people get injured, but they had high expectations for the guy.
Jerry said he ready to go.
Yeah.
Mike McCarthy, time to see it. So Houston.
I just hope we don't expect this guy to be the savior.
I mean, we between Boss Man Fat and
James Washington. We good.
We've got things to tune in and see. And if you're going to do it against anybody, here's the opportunity to do it. Okay.
Washington.
Who's your all-conference game in the MAC? Who's the team? Hey man,
we got beat. It was Buffalo. When I was coming up, it was Buffalo.
Yeah. So for LA with Vanderbilt, when we went that game, like, hey man, about to make some all-conference because we playing these guys.
Yeah, Vanderbilt, Kentucky.
Kentucky. Okay, so there you go. This is that version for them. If you're going to show us something, this is the time to do it. If you don't do it now, then my gosh, I don't know when it's going to happen.
Listen. Back to, this part of it, the Odell thing, we don't need the guy. Same thing, we don't need you. I think when we say savior, our offense is, we rolling. 199 over 5 games, most in franchise history. These guys we don't need. These are luxuries that we talking about. Now, I don't expect James Washington to come in and save nothing. Can he contribute? I hope so. The worry more is Kelvin Joseph, all right? This is one we need. We need that on defense. We need him to be productive on offense. We don't necessarily need a guy. We got Noah Brown, who's shown that he can be productive in the league. And if James Washington comes on as the wide receiver number 4 and makes some noise, then great. If he doesn't, I don't think it hurts us. But Kelvin Joseph, on the other hand, if he comes in and don't make some noise and he's not productive, then we have a true problem.
Yeah.
This may be James Washington's Baker Mayfield moment this weekend. So we'll see. Just be able to prove people wrong, people writing you off, and Geno Smith and James Washington didn't write back.
Is it gonna count?
It what?
Is it gonna count if James Washington come out here and go off against the Texans? Are y'all gonna let him see?
Ain't nobody. Because I know what James Washington is. We've seen the history in Pittsburgh. We've seen what James Washington can be, and that's an inconsistent wide receiver.
So you writing him off?
I writ off. Write that off on them taxes.
I ain't writing him off. I'm just saying if he come out here and show out against the Texans, it don't carry the same weight as if he showed up against the Eagles and he came in and put up some numbers, 4 or 5 catches, 70 or something like that.
Bradbury, if he doing work on them cats, but that's not gonna happen
because you won't even talk about the Texans. So that's how I know it's. Nah, you
he gonna be routing up. What's the cat from Stingley?
Yeah.
Stingley, he gonna be right.
But one thing I heard about Stingley, he was number 5 pick in the draft, I believe.
He was.
He's having a decent season on a horrible team.
You know where he went to, right? That's why.
Yeah, that's why. I'm
gonna fight for the Tigers, man. Most of them. Till you go out there and try to trick the drug test, man. And then after that. After that, I don't know to tell you. I don't know.
They transferred to Kentucky on you after they've been invited to lead the program.
Hey, man, I'm just telling you, man. It's not too many people get put out like, Tyrann Mathieu, they gave all the chances. All the chances.
We know there's no bar.
And apologize to him when they let him go. All right? He forced them to do that.
You had to do something.
You had to go on to Kentucky. Man, you either wasn't good enough or your behavior was absolutely horrible. Which one is it? We about to find out.
We're going to see.
With that, we'll take a break right here on DallasCowboys.com radio.
Nobody protects you from mayhem like Allstate. You hear that? I'm a torrential downpour. Torrential? What's that even mean? It means you can't see out of your windshield. And if you have the wrong car insurance, you might have to make it rain to fix your bumper. So switch to Allstate, save money, and be better protected from mayhem, like me.
Based on coverage and limits selected, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. In most states, prices vary based on how you buy. Allstate Bar and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
I'm Dak Prescott, quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys.
And they snap it to Prescott, who looks right. It's not there. He escapes left. He'll run for a first down.
Just like football, when it comes to crypto, it's important to have a team you can trust. With blockchain.com, I know I'm in good hands. Since 2011, they've been trusted by millions around the world to buy, sell, and trade cryptocurrency.
Prescott's going to run this himself. Run it up the middle, and he scores.
Whether you're new to crypto or an active trader, they've got you covered. What are you waiting for? Get started at blockchain.com.
Want to use what the pros use? How about the official men's skincare brand of the Dallas Cowboys, Jack Black? Right now, you can get the Jack Black Starter, a curated collection of Cowboys locker room favorites for just $10 with free shipping. The starter includes 4 Jack Black skincare favorites, plus a full-sized intense therapy lip balm. Go to getjackblack.com/Cowboys and use the code word TEAMJB. That's getjackblack.com/Cowboys. The Jack Black Starter, $10, free shipping.
With Smoothie King's original Angel Food and new Angel Food Slim without added sugar, you no longer have to choose between treating yourself and hitting your goals this summer. You don't have to choose between great taste and feeling great. Because at Smoothie King, every blend is made with whole fruits and no syrups, so you can satisfy your cravings without compromise. The only choice you will need to make is which one is best for you. Try our classic Angel Food or the new Angel Food Slim, blended without added sugar. Smoothie King, rule the day.
Back to the Players Lounge.
James Wright is your 2022 Dallas Cowboys Fan of the Year. James brings the spice to every Dallas Cowboys game, and now he needs your help to bring him to the Super Bowl. Vote for James to be given the ultimate title of NFL Fan of the Year, presented by Captain Morgan, by casting your vote at NFL.com/fan of the year. So James Wright.
So vote for James Wright, vote for DeMarcus Lawrence, and vote for Dak Prescott, man. Cowboy Nation, get out there and vote for them 3 Cowboys.
Hold on. So if you're a fan of the year, you get to go to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Vote for me. Yeah,
no, you're not
vote for me.
Anybody stay in South Lake in the new development, they're not going to be fan of the year going nowhere for free.
I don't think
Hook me up, man. I need it, Cowboys Nation.
Heckma Harrison would not allow that to happen.
Yeah, he would.
He definitely going to hit all us.
Mm-hmm.
The big bazooka.
He can't even be realistic.
We're going to see when he get back Monday.
You know, he picked probably 100-0. We should text him. What's the score?
He gonna be right too, because this game is a wrap for this one. But I'll tell you that right now.
A couple notes before we dive into this Houston game here. Jason Garrett said that he's not going to be the head coach at Stanford University.
What I tell y'all? What I tell y'all yesterday? That man gonna be in the booth. Y'all thought I was tripping. He in the booth, baby. I tried to tell y'all yesterday. What I tried to say yesterday? The man likes being in the booth. Y'all looking at me like, that's not how we do it.
You called him.
Yeah, you ain't right. Hey, let him know. Cause I had your back. Let him know, JG.
Normally how I see these things in the coaching world happen, especially collegiately, you pull your name out before they let you know your name was pulled out. Okay.
Oh, so you saying he wasn't going to get the job?
You know he ain't gonna get it, man. He built him up yesterday. He built him up yesterday so he could knock him down.
He gonna be like, nah.
That's usually how that works. I decided to stay here, but the man is going to coach again.
I don't know, man.
And I do believe somebody in the collegiate ranks will hire Jason Garrett.
Did you say Pembroke?
You want to see Pembroke, man?
Pembroke. We welcome in Toledo. Sure, come on down.
Who is we?
I don't. He could.
Heard what Michael Parsons.
Jason would not be eligible for the job. So, got to have a master's degree.
To coach on that Pembroke?
Yeah.
Oh, I can go in there.
I ain't know. Can you be an assistant coach without it?
You're not a serious candidate, sir. I'm on the search committee. I'm on semi-search committee.
Yeah, because y'all homecoming turned me off.
I'll let Park. What about like assistant coaches? Can I get up in
actually
there?
Good.
Can I get up in there?
You do not have a master's degree.
Even so, the assistants had to have a master's?
You have to teach at the school.
Oh, that's why. Okay.
Football coaches have to teach. So you would be teaching a class in sports business and whatnot because of your MBA. So it would be tailored towards your whatever your MBA degree is. So
I had y'all homecoming lit. Boosie being there, Webby.
IND. You have to have a master's degree to be smart enough to not
go there.
Hey, CD from 3 out here.
I didn't hear what he said. I don't need to hear it. Okay. I don't pay attention to the peanut gallery here.
I'm telling y'all.
I'm good.
Hey, you look good today. Well, ain't no sweat up there, man.
Nah,
you all
he
right?
back.
Yeah,
He back.
Getting healthy.
Yeah,
man. Getting healthy.
yeah.
Getting healthy. Sleep does some wonders around
What
here.
they say, look like when he go out, I'm coming in. And then the pin for by 10. What it look like when I'm coming out, he going in.
Let him know then.
Boy, y'all better get old school, man. Ain't got the immune system. All right, our immune system a little bit more.
You gotta take the elderberries, man.
Elderberry, vitamin C, all that. You know what I'm saying?
I got sick at school, by the way. When I went to school last Friday.
Hate to see it.
That's where I got it from.
Yeah, man,
Classmates. That's what it was, man.
And then Heckman got sick.
Yep.
Classmates.
Classmates out here.
Yep. That is what it is. Okay. So 17 points, man.
Yeah, that's a lot.
I think Houston covers.
Ain't no way.
I think Houston covers, man.
You think Houston covers?
Yeah. I don't think it's 17.
Me neither.
Who they got that's a lot. Davis Mills? They got Davis Mills back.
I just think we're gonna see a lot of other guys get to play this week. This is the Buffalo game, man. This is Toledo Buffalo, man. This is what other guys got to play.
So if you got 80 players on Dallas in fantasy, you might not want to play because they're gonna play. They're gonna get out to a huge lead, and then they're gonna be on the bench.
No, Dak's starting and the defense starting in mine, and Dalton.
Dak gonna be out of there by halftime.
That's okay. With
Schultz,
I need to get 25 points.
You know what? Dak Schultz, bam, bam, hit him up 2 times. Defense score a couple things here, man, and yeah, you can see him get rest. But I think that Houston go get some garbage touchdowns at the end, and I think they'll cut that thing about by 15.
About 15?
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
17 points is a massive number.
That's a lot. That's a lot.
Yeah, I got them by 2 scores.
And this is a rivalry game for the Governors.
Ain't nobody.
You don't know about that, man. I'm trying to
nobody looking at
that blood for that cup.
Ain't no way, man. Ain't no way.
Lone Star State of Texas, man.
It's a wrap.
Just gonna do them. Let them just get. You can't just let them just give it.
They might as well just go ahead and give them the Governor's Cup.
Yeah, it's over with. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm actually not on your side, Nui. As I'm counting the score, and my score is 31-10.
It's over.
So that's 21.
That's it.
Yeah, 31-10. I think the defense is gonna have a hell of a game. We're gonna score a defensive touchdown, and the rest of it's gonna be on the offense.
They're gonna get after them. You know what them pass rushers love to do? You know, it's gonna be 21-0. All they're gonna do is pin their ears back.
Yep.
It's a wrap. Damian Pierce, that's the only thing I would bet on. Damian Pierce having over 75 yards rushing. I think he's gonna get that. But other than that, it's a wrap, man.
Yeah. I mean, he might get 100, and the quarterback might get 100. We might give up 200. That's it total.
What you got? Okay, so you got 31-10. What you got?
Oh, it's a wrap. I'm going 40-17. It's gonna be a 40 burger. It's gonna be a 40 burger. Right.
Good look at
Cooper Rush might come in there and throw 2 of them teams.
The Dallas superstar, baby.
I got 31-14.
31-14. Okay.
We gonna see.
Like Cooper Rush.
And just put 100-0 for Nui. I mean for Heckman.
Yeah, because
100-0
off the bus. They walking into the stadium up 35.
100.
Okay. All right, gentlemen. I've enjoyed the show.
I have as well.
Good stuff. Good stuff this week, man.
I've been here all week.
Hey, man.
Can't believe it.
I'll be all next week.
Special guest.
I tell you, boy, it's a Kodak moment, man.
All next week, baby. All next week. You know? Ain't nothing.
All right, man. Promises, man. All right, we'll see.
You know who's going to be here, though. I'm going to be in this thing.
All right, bro. You just said because it's going to be cold outside, you can't go play golf. That's why.
Danny McCray, Barry Church, Newey Scruggs, Heckman Harrison with the day off. Chris, Jazzy, Big Will, everybody a part of this all week long. We appreciate it. Enjoy the games. The Cowboys. It's a new one. All right, it's early. Cowboys hosting Houston. Governor's Cup on the line. We'll talk about it on Monday right here on DallasCowboys.com radio.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this, Cowboys? Yeah!